it is really bad when your friends leave you alone at the party. A new poll shows a majority of Democrats and Democrat-leaning voters don't want to see President Biden run again, a stark difference from his predecessors. At the same time in their presidencies, nearly 8 in 10, 80 Democrats wanted to renominate Barack Obama. 77%, so again, almost 80 Republicans, percentage-wise, said the same for Donald Trump. They wanted more of them. Mercedes Schlapp, ACU Foundation Senior Fellow and former Trump White House advisor for strategic communications, and David Carlucci, former Democratic New York State Senator. Great to have you both. David, I'm going to start with you. What is the problem among the Democratic Party such that they don't want more of President Biden?
What's the problem? Where do I start? I mean, we've got rising inflation. We've got rising crime rates, so many issues. But I think President Biden, he's running until he's not running. And he's going to do everything he can to show people that he's there. He's in it to win it in 2024. But it's a lifetime away. But I think, unfortunately, with the gridlock we've seen, not being able to pass the Build Back Better, these are real problems that the American people want to see, hey, whoever's in charge, that they got to get things done. And that inaction continues, I think, to hammer away at the polls. But I think, hey, you know, 80 is the new 40, and people are living longer than ever before. So I think you got to give President Biden the benefit of the doubt. I don't know if you mean that for Joe Biden, but okay.
I'm not sure if you were specific about Joe Biden with that comment. Mercedes, your take on it.
Well, first of all, my dad would be very happy with your comment, David. So that's good news on the 80s and U40. But I got to tell you, look, there's two parts of this. There's two phenomenons happening right now. One is you have a fractured Democrat Party. You have the fact that the progressives have really taken over and are very bold in what they want done in Congress and in the administration. And with that, then you've had that few number of what you would call moderate Democrats, like a Senator Joe Manchin, who have put the brakes on a lot of these really massive spending bills like Build Back Better, which he has made it very clear, and he's very concerned about the inflation implications if they were to pass that legislation. Secondly, you're dealing with a Biden administration that is weak and rudderless. The mere fact that they have not gotten rid of anyone, the chief of staff, they haven't made barely any staff changes. I mean, in Kamala's office, that's a different story, is really very telling, because the Democrats are looking at this, seeing the concern, and basically saying, wait a second, I don't even feel confident in this president right now.
Speaker Nancy Pelosi confident, I'll borrow your word, that Democrats will prevail in the upcoming midterms.
Nothing less is at stake than our democracy. But very important in all that is what it means personally to the American people, to their kitchen table issues. What unifies us is the empathy that we have for America's working families and the priority of meeting their need. Lower cost, bigger paychecks.
Well, those kitchen table issues, as they say, have seen inflation hit a 40-year high and gasoline prices surge to a 7-year high. And it's all happened under a Democrat president, Democrat House, and Democrat Senate. So with bicameral majorities and a Democrat in the White House, they still couldn't get done the things that address the American people's major concerns, as polling has shown. David.
Yeah, I think this is the problem that the Democrats have, that beyond being in a problem with inflation and crime rates and redistricting not going in their favor in many states, the real problem is the inability to get the agenda done. That, look, you might not agree with what someone else is doing, what your politician is doing, but as long as they're delivering and doing something, that's important. So I think the Democrats have to focus on getting results. Build Back Better is so important to show the American people that Democrats can deliver.
And David, there's not a lot of agreement on that, because some feel that Build Back Better will cripple the economy even more so. We literally have 10, 15 seconds, Mercedes.
All right. Well, time is running out for the Democrats, Harris. I don't think they can recover. And when you've got 29 Democrats retiring, I think they're in really bad shape for November.
I didn't hear anything from our Democrat guest for the very first time, David Carlucci, that would say otherwise. So it's interesting. As you started out, where do I start? David said. Outnumbered after the break. Thank you both.